Hello, and welcome back to this week's Parsha given by a very special guest. Over here, Samuel Last has come to join me. This is Parsha's Lecha, a very exciting Parsha because it is my Bar Mitzvah Parsha. Also, because we have the introduction of Avraham Avinu, which we were introduced to last Parsha. But still, Sam is going to give us a geschmack dvatar on it that he's been preparing for the past month and a half. So, Sam, take it away. This is on you, buddy.
Alright, okay. So this week's Parsha, Lecha, we have the First World War. You have the 4 kings against the 5 kings. This war, the 4 kings won. And so Lot, Avram's nephew, got captured by the king of Sodom when he was trying to flee from the 4 kings when he lost. And Avram heard about this. So he went to get his nephew back, and so he went to attack the king of Sodom. And so I'm going to pick up source from the Parsha. Just give me a second.
Very professional.
So Vayom Melech Sodom El Avram Tein Li HaNefesh Ve'Huraj Kachlach. The king of Sodom said to Avram, "Give me the people and take the possessions for yourself." So after Avram won, the king of Sodom said, "You give me back our people, you can take anything you want, any of the possessions." Vayom Avram El Melech Sodom Ha'mosi Yadi El Hashem Kilalion Konesh Ramaris. Avram said back to Sodom, "I raise my hand to Hashem, the God, maker of heaven and earth. Im Michud Ba'ad Sroch Na'al V'im Ekach Mikol Asher Lach V'lo Somar Ani Hayashoti Es Avram. If so much as a thread or a shoe strap, or if I shall take from you anything that is yours, so you shall not say, 'It is I who made Avram rich.'" So Avram did not want anything from the king of Sodom. So he didn't want the king of Sodom to say, "Yeah, I made Avram rich," not God. So Rashi comments on this. Okay, first, another question. So what does it mean? What does Avram mean when he says the king of Sodom would say, "I made Avram rich"? God is the one that gave Avram the win. And when you win a war, you get the spoils of war. The king of Sodom did not give him because he wanted to. He gave it because he lost the war, and that's how war works. So Rashi has a comment. He says on the words "Lo Samar Gomer," so should not say it, yeah. So he says, "Shakosh Baruch Hu Hiptikani Dashrini Shenemar V'Avoka V'Gomer." So Hashem promised to make Avram rich, and it says, "I will bless you." So Rashi is saying Avram did not want it because he said, "Hashem will bless me. Why do I need it?" But then the Or Chaim asks a question: Is this not Hashem blessing Avram? He gave Avram the win. He protected him throughout the war. Is not Hashem blessing him? The unbelievable answer. Avram knew this winning of the war is a gift from God. The king of Sodom did not think that way. Avram wanted the whole loot to be a gift from God. He didn't want the king of Sodom to even have a thought that he helped him. He knew that Hashem was with him, and Hashem will fulfill his promise, so he was not concerned about this loot that he would not get. He knew that he would get whatever Hashem gives him. Alright, so that's the first question. So that's the first question and answer. So another question. Earlier in this week's Parsha, we had this whole story of Avram and Sarai going to Egypt. And when Avram went there, he asked Sarai to say, actually say you're my sister, not a wife. Because if you say you're my wife, they'll kill me because you're so beautiful, and they want to marry you. So when they went to Paro, she said, "I'm his sister." And so Paro was trying to bribe Avram, give anything he wants to try to press him so that he might be able to marry Sarai. I said in the pasuk, "Well, Avram Hetiv B'Avura Vahi lo son uvakar v'chamurim v'abadim ushvachos v'asonos ugmalim. And he treated Avram well for her sake, and he acquired flocks and cattle and donkeys and slaves and mazers and all this great stuff. That's a very important question. Why did Avram accept Paro's gifts but not the king of Sodom? What's the difference? He's not afraid Paro will say, yeah, I made Avram rich. I'm the reason that Avram is this great guy. Why not? So Osameach gives the answer. When Avram was taken from Paro, it's in a very embarrassing situation. Paro is trying to take this man's wife. That's embarrassing stuff. He would not want people. He would not go out saying, "Yeah, I gave Avram this because I was trying to take his wife." But in the case of the king of Sodom, it's not that embarrassing. Like, he lost the war. People lose wars. It just happens. Like, that's just how life works. But but the thing is, the king of Sodom did not just lose the war. He lost to Avram, a Jew. Like, is it not embarrassing to lose to a Jew? If the Chiefs lost to the Jets, that'd be embarrassing. That'd be very embarrassing. For all the non-American listeners, let's say Watford beat Arsenal. Like, that'd be very embarrassing for Arsenal. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names, but yeah. So this is not embarrassing for him. And we have a pasuk. Wait, give me a second. Okay. Vishma Avram ki nishba achi v'yarek es chanichav yilidei beso shmona aser shloshim meos. So when Abraham heard that his brother Lot was captured, and he owned his household, everyone born in his house, 318. He had 318 men. That's not a big army. And according to Rashi, it was just Eleazar, and the gematria or numerical value of his name is 318, so it was just Eleazar. It was one man according to Rashi, and he fought the king of Sodom, and the king of Sodom lost. How is that not embarrassing? Truth is, the king of Sodom knew, he was not embarrassed because he knew Hashem was on Avram's side. The king of Sodom knew that Hashem was helping Avram throughout the entire war. So he knew, yes, I am very outnumbered. Even though there's only one person, he knew he was not going to win. So it's not that embarrassing. The truth is, Hashem was on our side. As a Jew, Hashem will always help you through tough times. You just gotta believe. Avram knew it when he rejected the stuff from all the gifts from Sodom. He knew that Hashem was on his side. He knew that he would get his gifts. And Sodom knew it when he was not embarrassed of that he lost to Avram. He knew that Hashem was on their side, and he was terrified. So yeah, thank you very much. That is this week's Parsha. You might stand last.
That was absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Sam Lass, for joining us. Be'ezrat Hashem, Sam will join us for many, many, many more Parsha shares. That was incredible, geschmackable. Shkoyach, and yeah, leave all your incredible comments and questions on the wall that Sam will for sure answer you on. Shkoyach, have a great Shabbos.